Hi everybody, this is Jason with LASR Team. This is what's new in LASR version 4.0. First on the list is we now have support for custom sounds using the Custom Sounds plugin. I encourage you to go watch the video about that plugin and then check out the tutorial as well about how to use it. We added a couple of new target shapes to the Target Templates plugin, including the Appleseed target, which has been requested on our website for quite a while. We increased the number of target zones available from 9 to 20. So before, when you were highlighting a lot of targets, you ran out of active target zones at 9. Now you can have up to 20. And then along with that, of course, is that you can have up to 20 shooters because you can have 20 targets in race mode. Those are all pretty self-explanatory. One of them I do want to show you is the next one here on the list. It says freeform target shapes. So let's go take a look at how that works. If I come down here and from my target shape, I choose the freeform shape, which is the little pencil with the dotted line. I can now start clicking all along my target area, and I can get as detailed or not as I want to, and I can keep clicking until I have everything highlighted that I want. And then once I have that done, I can finish it by either clicking on the first dot that I placed, or I can come down here on the bottom and I can say click on the green pencil that says finish the current freeform drawing. I'll go ahead and do that. And now I have a freeform target that's ready for shots. And I'll just go ahead and put a couple shots on that just to show you that it does indeed work. And so now you can make any target shape your heart desires. All right, back to the list. The ability to delete save target setups. That was requested by a user as well. If we go into our target options, you can save all of your target setups and all the different settings associated with them in the target options window. But if you have one that you don't want, for instance, if I wanted to get rid of testing 1 here, I can now click on the delete selected, and it will now delete that from my list. It removes all the files off my file system so they don't take up space and that sort of thing either. So that's new for version 4.0 as well. Target down and hit down by target are new in 4.0 as well. Let's go take a look at how those work. Let's go to settings, and up here by the hit tone, I'm going to check this checkbox that says set hit tone by target. I'm going to turn that on and close that, and now I can set each of the hit tones that I want to hear by target. So I can either jump to target options by clicking this button, or of course I can always close this dialog and then open the target options dialog on its own. I'll just go ahead and jump this way. Now I have hit tone here, so if I wanted this target to sound different, for instance, if I wanted it to sound like gunshot 3 instead of gunshot 1, I could do that. And let me draw one more target here, and we'll draw it above this one. Go back into target options, and so target number 2 now I can have be let's say metal impacts, for instance, and then I would be able to have 2 different targets with 2 different sounds. Target down by target works the same way. If you go into settings and then target down mode, I'm going to go ahead and turn that on. I'm going to go into options. Now I can set the required hits by target. So the way target down mode, just as a refresher, the way target down mode works is that you set a certain number of hits each target needs to take before it will go down. And you can make that random by choosing a range of numbers, or you can give it a set number of hits that each target will require to go down. If I wanted that to be different per target, I can click that checkbox there, turn that on, and then once again jump to the target options. And now I can set that for each of the different target zones. So if I wanted this one to be between, let's say, 4 and 6, and then I wanted this one to be between, say, 2 and 2, so it would always require 2 to go down. I could do that now. So that's what target options, or I'm sorry, that's what target down and hit tone by target is in that list there. new sounds for preparatory commands, part-time expired, and target down. If you go take a look at the general settings tab, you'll notice that there are a couple of new sounds for those options. For instance, if we went into target down, we could go and look. There's now a couple of new things in there. There's also some new preparatory commands. If we go into the timer options, which we'll get to in just a second, there's a couple of new ones in there you might notice as well. Next on the list is the timer settings. Timer settings have changed because we're just kind of running out of room. There's so much that the timer can do now. We wanted to make sure that it was all in one place and easy to use. And so now you can get to the timer settings from a couple different places. You can get to the timer settings by clicking the options button down here next to the timer mode. That will bring up the timer options dialog. The other place you can get to them is through settings, as you saw before. And I can also change my timer mode in settings now if I click on options. And then all of the options that are in this dialog only show if they are affecting something in the current timer mode. So immediate start is a very simple mode. Really all it uses is just a preparatory command and a start command. And then optionally you can recalibrate every time the timer starts. One of the more complicated modes would be something like repetitive mode. As you can see, there's way more options that affect that mode. And so you'll only see the options that you really need to now, instead of having to guess at which one is actually going to be effective in the current timer mode. All right. And we kept that pretty short and sweet. The one last thing that I did want to show you is this new button up here on the top right for the LASR community. LASR community is an online resource that we're going to be making available to all LASR users, where you're going to be able to download drills and challenge your friends and that sort of thing. That is coming soon, but we did want to put a placeholder in there for you to kind of give us a little bit of feedback on it, and so that you would start to kind of get to know where to access that as well. If you have any questions about that, please post them in our forums or send us an email. As always, we appreciate your business. Thanks for watching.